Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danny and I'm currently on a journey to become debt-free. On this channel, I share my real numbers, monthly budgets, spending breakdowns, and everything I'm learning along the way. My goal is to stay accountable, make progress one step at a time, and hopefully encourage others to do the same. If you're also working on paying off debt or just trying to get better with money, I'd love for you to join me on this journey. Let's jump into today's video. Today, we will be going through my money plan for November 2025. My monthly budget is on 2 pages, but I will be doing one at a time and zooming in so you can read it a little bit better. So for the month of November, there will be 2 paychecks. I'm paid bi-weekly and will be paid on the 6th, which was yesterday, and I believe it's the 20th. So my 11/6 paycheck will be approximately $2,102. I'm a salaried employee, so my 11/20 paycheck will also be approximately $2,102. I have a high yield savings account where I store my sinking funds, and that will be approximately $15 in interest. It's probably going to be slightly more than that, but we'll go with 15 to be safe. That means that my monthly income will be approximately $4,219. For my fixed expenses, I have rent that I pay on the 25th, or right around there. It's due on the 1st, and that will be $1,025. I have an electric bill that comes out. That one I budget slightly more for because it increases in the wintertime because my heating is electric, and then it decreases in the summertime, spring and fall. So I budget $150 a month for this. That way the extra amount can be used up over the winter, and I'm not having to cover a multiple $100 electricity bill in 1 month and it's split up. My internet is $115. My cell phone will be $121. This bill should be going down once I pay off my cell phone, so that should be coming up as a lower amount in the coming months. And then my car insurance is $87. I also have a gym membership, and that is $35 a month. Other than the rent, all the rest of these are paid on a credit card, and so I don't necessarily pay attention to the due date for these because I'll just pay the card at the end of the month once the payments have been made. I also have student loans that come out twice a month. So student loan 1 comes out of my checking account on the 9th, and that will be $341.64. Student loan number 2 comes out on the 28th. That one is $132. That's it for my fixed expenses. So we have 1,025 plus 150, 115, 121, 87, 35, 341, 64, 132. So my fixed expenses come out to $2,006.64, which means I have $212.36 remaining after, there we go, remaining after I pay for my fixed expenses for the month. Moving down into my variable expenses, I have groceries. I budget $400 a month, which comes out to approximately $100 a week. And whatever I don't use this month will roll forward into the next month. And same with the rest of these. There's normally a little bit of a variance between the amount that I budget. It's normally a little bit higher than what the actual bill is, especially the electric. So that one's always going to roll forward. Eat out. I go to breakfast with my sister and sister-in-law once a week so that we can spend some time together. And so I budget $200 for that. Sometimes in the summer or around holidays, I'll increase that amount if family is coming into town so that we can go out to eat together, because we'll go out to eat a little bit more often. But right now we're just at $150 a week. Supplements. I'm budgeting $37 this month. I have a budget cap for that line item of $200, where I don't go over that when I budget. And so eventually that amount will get up to the $200, and then I won't budget towards it anymore until I spend some of it. So I just need it's $37.04. I just need that amount, and then that'll be at the $200 max. Household. I use for items such as paper towels, cleaning supplies, that kind of thing. I also do the $200 cap on the line item, and I've currently reached it and won't need to budget any more towards that until I spend some of that money. Toiletries. Applies to basically anything in the bathroom. So toilet paper, shampoo, face care, that kind of thing. I also have a $200 cap on that item. And this month I will be budgeting $60. That will put me a little over the $200 cap, but I do need to buy some new face lotion. So that'll bring it down a little bit. Monthly subscriptions. I'm budgeting $48. This covers items such as Kindle Unlimited, Amazon Prime, Spotify, and a few others. I know that the Dave Ramsey method says to get rid of as much of this as you can, but having Kindle Unlimited and that kind of thing saves me a decent amount of money because I love to read. And so before Kindle Unlimited, I spent a lot of money buying the books, and having Kindle Unlimited where I can just read them without having to buy them has saved me a lot of money. Next one is fuel. That one also has a $200 cap on the fund, and I've reached it, so I won't be putting any money towards that. I have a family fun fund. Good goodness. Where I will put a max again of $200 towards it to spend time with family members doing fun things such as going to the movies, going and taking my nephews or niece to different things that they can do. And that has also been reached. So I won't be putting any money towards that. My personal fund for fun money, I budget $100 a month or $50 a paycheck. So on months when I have 3 paychecks, it'll be $150. I specifically have come up with that amount. I've tried going lower and I struggle with sticking to it and not going over it. Honestly, I've struggled with sticking to the $100 as well, but that normally comes about when I'm not actually going through and budgeting and tracking everything on a consistent basis. So I found that the $100 on the months when I am actually tracking everything and making sure I'm not overspending, that $100 does actually work. So for our variable expenses, we have $400, 200, 3704, 60, 48, 100. So our variable expenses comes out to $845.04, which means we have $1,367.32 left over. So let's move over to our sinking funds. We have $1,367.32. For my sinking funds, I have my annual subscriptions. I'm budgeting $105 for this. This covers any bills that will be paid on a yearly basis. So items such as the post office box that I have. I live in an apartment, so I have a P.O. box. The vehicle registration, anything like that, anything specific along those lines that I pay on a yearly basis, I just divvied up the bill amount by the 12 months, or a few of them are actually 2 years in between paying them. So I divvied it up by 24 months and then added them all together, and that became my amount to save. That amount, the money in my sinking fund sits in my high yield savings account. So I'm accruing interest on that and can use the interest amount to fund other sinking funds or other things as well. Clothing. I will be budgeting $50. Health and medical. I will be budgeting $50. Home maintenance. We'll be receiving $95. I spent some money out of that recently, so I'm topping it up again. These also, I do have max amounts that I will spend up to or save up to, and then I'll stop funding them. Occasions. For this covers birthdays, Christmas, any holidays, anything like that, that will be getting $75. Travel. We'll be getting nothing. I haven't been funding that lately because I'm not planning on traveling for a while. Once I make a plan to go somewhere, I will start funding that again. And then vehicle maintenance. We'll be receiving $40. My emergency fund. is fully funded at $1,000, so I won't be adding anything to that. And I believe that is it for my sinking funds. So we have 105, 50, 50, 95, 75, and 40. Oh, so I do $200 a paycheck that goes directly to my high yield savings account. And then the $15 is my estimated amount for the interest from my savings account. So it's $415. Which means I have $952.32 left over to go towards paying debt. For the month of November, I will be focusing on paying off my cell phone. The current balance is $733.27. I can do the full amount as my leftover is more than that. And the remainder will be going to my student loans. That will be $219 and 5 cents. Which means my total debt payment will be $952.32, and I will have nothing left over. I do have 2 savings items that I do. I'm not funding them at this moment, but I have them there just as dream things. One is my dream home. Once I have my once all my debt is paid off and my emergency fund is fully funded, I will be going through and starting to fund my dream home budget. I'm not putting anything towards that. And then I also have one for taxes where I put money to pay any extra taxes for the next year. And that one I'm not putting anything towards. So at the end, I have budgeted down to 0. And that is my November budget for 2025. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I'd love to hear how your own progress is going. We've got this. One step, one paycheck, one goal at a time. I'll see you in the next video. Toodles.